Hey guys, I hope everyone's doing well today. This is another one of my weekly comic calls and book pickups. I want to start with this book that I ordered on Atomic Avenue. This is Ex Machina #1. This is the first issue and the first showing of Ex Machina. And the premise of this story is a superhero who becomes a mayor of the city and how he runs that city even though he has superpowers. A reason why I picked this up is because I read on a website that this is a Brian Vaughan comic, and it had a very low and limited printing. And as you know, that a lot of his work is being picked up for television shows and movies, so it was recommended to pick up Ex Machina #1. I see it out there. It's not too often in a while, but on the internet, I've been seeing it for between $8 to $15. I picked this one up for $8, and I thought I'd give it a try. I haven't read the issue yet. I just recently picked it up, and I just had such a large haul these last 2 weeks that I haven't had time to read it yet. But I'm looking forward to looking at it. The art looks pretty good, and I was happy to be able to pick this one up. I just went to the Annapolis Comic-Con, and that was this last weekend. That's run by Third Eye Comics, and they had a pretty good showing. I know a lot of the vendors there, and I like talking with them. I think it would have been a little bit bigger if there wasn't another comic show that was in Timonium, Maryland. So I think a lot of the vendors and the regular customers, we got split between the two shows. This was actually a Comic-Con, so there was a lot of cosplayers and a lot of artists there. So I was able to take my family there, and one vendor that I've seen around the area that I live, he had a lot of very affordable key issues. So I went to his booth and I picked up the following. Let me start with this one. New Mutants #16. This is First Warpath. In this book, he's called Thunderbird, named after he took his brother's name. But this is the first showing of Warpath. I picked up X-O Manowar #1. I picked up this issue of Wolverine. This is 146, and this is part of the 12 storyline. I also picked up Uncanny X-Men, and this is 376. This is also part of the 12 storyline. Next I picked up was Booster Gold #5. And this is a Killing Joke crossover with Booster Gold. It's a one-shot story. Really good. I don't know if DC is still pushing Booster Gold. I know he was getting a push not too many years ago. This is one of the better books from that series, Booster Gold #5. Next, I picked up the Demon Annual 2. This is the first Hitman. I also picked up Flash 92, and this is first Bart Allen Impulse. Next, I picked up was The Hood #1, and this is the first Hood. And if you know his story, he's a criminal who picked up a hood, and he received the powers of a demon, and he has a connection to Dormammu. So if you like Doctor Strange, or you like noir, this would be a good series to follow. So this is a Hood #1. Next, I picked up Hitman #1. Also, I picked up DC Comics Presents number 87, and this is the first Superboy, and this is Crisis on Infinite Earth crossover. This is the Superboy that became Superboy Prime, went crazy during the Final Crisis. So I was lucky to pick up that one. Next, I picked up Suicide Squad number 23, and this is the first Oracle. Another book that I see that's pretty pricey that I got for a pretty good price is Amazing Spider-Man 583. This is the other cover. This is not the Barack Obama variant issue. This is the regular issue. This actually goes for between $15 to $20 that I see out in the wild. I picked this up for $5, so I think I did pretty good. Next, I picked up this Wonder Woman on the advice of Mercenaut. I saw this particular book in one of his videos. I don't know what the significance is, but it's a pretty nice cover. And any book that Mercenaut recommends, he's good. He really recommends really good books, so you can take his recommendation. You'll be pretty satisfied for any book that that he picks up. So I have not had a chance to read this one yet. So if you know the significance of this book, just let me know in the comments. Next one I picked up is Tales of the Green Lantern Corps. This is the second annual. This one is actually the prologue to Blackest Night. It tells the tale of Abin Sur and the 5 inversions. So if you like Green Lantern and you like the Blackest Night, be sure to pick up this issue. And then this issue is Fantastic Four 347, and this is the prologue to the new Fantastic Four, which was Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Spider-Man, and the Incredible Hulk. Also, I picked up Wolverine number 79. This is the issue where Cyber breaks his claws. This is Wolverine 80. This is the first showing of the X-23 test tube baby, if you could even call it that. But I picked it up for $1. Next is what I believe is a much more key issue is Wolverine 101, and I believe this is the second appearance of Asmodeus, and maybe we'll see him in the new Apocalypse movie. I'm not sure, but really good story. Here is Wonder Woman 90, first Artemis, really good character. I really liked Artemis in the Wonder Woman cartoon movie that came out a couple of years ago, and I believe Rosario Dawson played Artemis in that movie. So I picked up this one, first Artemis. Next is Birthright number 1. There's been some heat about this book. I read it and I can't tell you why. It was an alright story, but it didn't really grab me, so this is probably going to be the only issue I'm going to pick up for Birthright. I don't even know what people were talking about when they recommended this book. But Birthright number 1, I picked that one up. Here is another Edge of the Spider-Verse Gwen Stacy Spider-Woman number 2. This book you're not going to see out in the wild or even on the internet for less than $15. I've heard some of them sold up to $40. This book, if you look, you will find it in the wild for cover price if you just go to the right comic shop. You just have to just dig. But once they bag and board it, you're never going to see it for cover price. So I happened to get this one for cover price because the shop that I went to, they didn't bag and board it yet. So I got lucked out on that. And lastly, I got Green Arrow number 18. And I believe this is the first full appearance of Komodo. I could be wrong. Please let me know. I know Green Arrow number 17 is the book to be hunting for. I can't find that book, so I decided to go with number 18 for now. I'm on the hunt for Green Arrow 17 right now. This is my last batch of books. Let me start with this book right here, Walking Dead. This is a variant issue. This came in my loot crate yesterday. It comes polybagged. So if you want to read the story, you're going to have to open up the polybag. Kind of disappointed on that, but it was a pretty cool cover. Next is Axis number 3. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. The good guys win, but the Avengers and the X-Men have a falling out. So far so good. I hope Axis picks up a little bit better. Not sure. Next is Walking Dead 133. It was an alright issue. Last issue was a little bit more suspenseful. This one was an alright issue. Walking Dead, one of the only comic books that I have in my pull box that never disappoints me. Here, this is Green Lantern New Guardians, number 35. This is part 4 of Godhead. And Kyle Rayner decides to take on the New Gods. And it ends up with him. It looks like he may be joining Highfather and the New Gods and trying to control the emotional spectrum. Next is Green Lantern, number 35. Red Lantern, number 35. And this book stars Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner used to be my favorite Green Lantern until they made him into a Red Lantern. And I haven't been picking up any issues of Red Lantern. I really only picked it up because it's Godhead Part 5. And it's him and Simon Baz against the New Gods. They lose. Wolverine and the X-Men, number 10. This is kind of like an epilogue of the death of Wolverine. And I can't wait till this series ends because I have not picked up any Death of Wolverine. I know what happens to him. He becomes a lawn ornament. I'm done with that. So, no Death of Wolverine for me. Only reason why I picked this up is because Wolverine and X-Men was on my pull box. Oh, Axis Part 2. I already talked about Axis Part 3. That's number 2 right there. And then Superior Foes of Spider-Man. I believe there's just one more issue after this. And then they're canceling the series. It was a really funny series. Great. I mean, the only part that's been misleading is that the Spider-Man on the title, but it's been one of the best books without Spider-Man, with Spider-Man in the title that Marvel's been putting out. And I'm sorry to see that they're canceling it, but like all good things, it must come to an end. So that was my pickup. It was a really large haul. I usually don't have this many books to even talk about, but just between the Annapolis Comic Con, the Loot Crate coming in, and some books that I ordered online, it just happened to be a large haul. Usually I don't have that much money to spend, but this was different because I wanted to make sure that if I'm going to go to a Comic Con, that I have money to pick up some key issues. And it's always helpful when you are dealing with a vendor who prices their comic books pretty fairly and not looking to take an arm and a leg and a spleen from you. So I had a really good time. My kids had a great time. And I'm looking forward to the next show. All right then, guys. Take care. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Sorry about the rambling again. I just wanted to show you the books that I picked up within the last 2 weeks. I promise you the next video I will not have that many books. Alright then, take care.